after the big NDTV campaign impact, the Bombay High Court, it has ordered the formation of an expert committee on the issue of feeding pigeons in public, and the ban on feeding will continue till the committee report is in. In fact, the High Court has said that it is the responsibility of the BMC to protect the health of its citizens. The municipal corporation and the state government, they have been given the clearance to take an appropriate action by taking the advice of experts. The court has also said that providing an alternative place for the birds can also be considered. The next hearing of this particular case will be on Wednesday.
The Bombay High Court has said the ban on feeding pigeons in public will continue. This after hearing the matter today, and of course an expert committee has been set up, and till the time the recommendations and suggestions of that committee come in, the ban on feeding pigeons in public will continue, which means the ban on Kabutarkhanas like this, which saw a protest yesterday by members of the Jain community who say feeding pigeons is a central tenet of their religious practices. That ban will continue, and there will be no feeding of pigeons at Kabutarkhanas like this. Now, there has been an ongoing debate about the health hazards and balancing health hazards versus religious beliefs. Now, citizens also have pointed out that several buildings, and including a temple here right outside the Kabutarkhana, has had to put up mesh or a sort of protection to stop pigeons from going inside, and that's one thing. But again, the Kabutarkhana, yesterday we saw some people did break down those covers and keep the pigeon, members of the Jain community who were protesting. But at this point, that ban on feeding pigeons will continue according to the Bombay High Court orders. The Bombay High Court has left it to the discretion of the state and the authorities to consider alternative feeding spots, which can of course be in areas which are not health hazards or don't cause health hazards because of pigeon droppings, something that doctors say have been responsible for lung issues. Also, several iconic heritage buildings have suffered because of pigeon droppings and the acidic content in pigeon droppings. So these are the issues that have come up as far as the Bombay High Court is concerned. The ban on public feeding of pigeons will continue.
Well, to feed the pigeons or not to feed them in public spaces, it's a polarizing debate, and as polarizing as the one around stray dogs. And it went into the realm of the judiciary when the Bombay High Court, in fact, ruled on pigeon feeding issue, ordered the banning of the feeding of pigeons in a city which is famous for its love-hate relationship with the pigeons. In fact, it's not just another issue and a reflection of our urban realities as well. Pigeons, they have proliferated and have become a huge challenge as human beings keep building skyscrapers and apartments. In fact, many experts, pulmonologists, they have warned of health impacts, but it's also an emotive issue for a lot of people, especially the Jain community in Mumbai. Now, tension erupted in Mumbai's Dadar area on Wednesday morning after a large group of the Jain protesters, they assembled at this Kabutarkhana to express outrage against the BMC's ongoing action on pigeon feeding spots.
The issue of pigeon droppings and the ban on pigeon feeding in public places, especially like this one, which is the Dadar Kabutarkhana, has led to protests from the Jain community, which claims that this is a central tenet of their religious practices. And therefore, there is a protest here at Dadar, where of course you can see the community members outside a temple protesting against the ban on feeding pigeons in public, which has come into force after a Bombay High Court order. Now, the government, of course, has discussed the issue at a cabinet meeting. The Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has said, find a middle path, and while religious sentiments have to be respected, health concerns also have to be kept in mind.